What if the aching knees, the restlessness at night, the occasional loss of drive or connection with your partner weren't just signs of aging, but signals, gentle reminders from your body that it's missing something simple yet powerful, something you may have once eaten freely, but somehow left behind? What if the way back to energy, desire, and deeper intimacy was as simple as 4 fruits? Not exotic, overpriced remedies, humble, accessible, but profoundly healing. Today, I want to guide you through what these fruits can do for you and your relationship after the age of 55. This isn't just a nutritional conversation. It's a doorway into restoration. Your body hasn't stopped loving you. It just needs to be reminded how to work with you again. Let's start with the fruit that most people know, yet severely underestimate: cherries. These small, deep red orbs are packed with anthocyanins, which are potent antioxidants that reduce inflammation in the blood vessels. As we age, inflammation becomes a silent enemy. It stiffens arteries, weakens capillaries, and reduces blood flow to key organs, including those responsible for intimacy and sexual function. Cherries help the body produce more nitric oxide, a molecule critical for relaxing blood vessels and increasing circulation. When nitric oxide levels are healthy, blood can flow freely, oxygen reaches your cells faster, and intimacy no longer feels strained or distant. But that's not all. Cherries are rich in potassium, which helps regulate blood pressure, and melatonin, a naturally occurring hormone that promotes restful sleep. Better sleep means better hormone production, deeper emotional connection, and more physical readiness for intimacy. Cherries have also been shown to help reduce joint pain, making it easier for aging couples to move, walk, and touch without discomfort. Take the story of Thomas and Lily, who had been married nearly 40 years. Their mornings had become quiet. Thomas rarely spoke before noon, and Lily felt the warmth between them fading. But when she began including cherries in their breakfast cereal, just a handful a day, something slowly changed. Within weeks, Thomas was smiling more, initiating conversations again, and even reaching for her hand like he used to. The change wasn't dramatic, but it was consistent. Eleanor, another viewer, began drinking a cherry-based warm tonic at night, and reported not only better sleep, but brighter moods and restored affection. And Richard and Susan found relief from arthritis pain after incorporating cherries nightly, which allowed them to resume evening walks and the kind of subtle, spontaneous affection that had gone quiet over the years. Cherries don't just benefit your blood vessels, they also offer remarkable support for joint and muscle health, which is particularly vital for those over 55. The anthocyanins found in cherries, especially tart cherries, act as natural anti-inflammatory agents, helping reduce symptoms of arthritis and gout. This reduction in inflammation means less pain, more flexibility, and greater ease in physical movement, all of which contribute to confidence in intimacy and daily life. Cherries also lower levels of C-reactive protein, CRP, a marker of inflammation associated with heart disease and chronic fatigue. What this means practically is that individuals who regularly consume cherries often report not only improved circulation, but less stiffness in the morning, better recovery from mild exercise, and even a clearer mind. On the emotional side, cherries help stabilize mood by promoting restful sleep and regulating cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. When cortisol remains high due to lack of sleep or poor nutrition, libido decreases and emotional tension increases. So by simply including a bowl of cherries in your evening routine, you're not just enjoying a sweet treat, you're sending a signal to your body to relax, restore, and reconnect. Then there's papaya, a tropical fruit often called the fruit of angels, and for good reason. It's gentle on the stomach, sweet to the taste, and healing to the entire body. Papaya contains an enzyme called papain, which aids digestion and reduces bloating, both of which contribute to hormonal harmony. It's rich in vitamin C, a powerful antioxidant that reduces oxidative stress in cells, and in lycopene, a carotenoid that supports prostate health in men and balances estrogen levels in women. But the real magic of papaya lies in its L-arginine content. L-arginine is an amino acid that the body uses to produce nitric oxide. This is the same molecule that relaxes blood vessels and allows for increased blood flow, not only to the heart and brain, but to intimate areas, making physical intimacy easier, more pleasurable, and more responsive. George, a retired architect in his early 60s, was struggling with daily fatigue and a loss of desire. His wife began adding papaya slices to his morning meal. After 2 weeks, George reported fewer digestive issues, and by the 4th week, his energy returned. He said, "I didn't feel young again. I felt present." Karen, a 58-year-old woman facing menopausal symptoms, found relief from hot flashes and emotional lows by blending papaya with almond milk and ginger. Her skin improved, her mind felt clearer, and her intimacy with her husband gently rekindled. John and Meredith turned their daily papaya smoothie into a post-walk ritual. With it came laughter, memory sharing, and eventually, renewed physical closeness. Papaya, meanwhile, works like a gentle reset button for the body's entire digestive and hormonal systems. As people age, digestion becomes slower, and the gut's ability to absorb nutrients from food can decrease. Papaya's rich supply of enzymes, especially papain and chymopapain, not only supports efficient digestion, but helps break down proteins in a way that reduces bloating, cramping, and constipation. This makes papaya especially helpful for women navigating menopause and men managing midlife prostate issues. Its high levels of folate contribute to red blood cell formation, which enhances energy levels and tissue oxygenation, 2 key ingredients for renewed intimacy and vitality. Beyond physical benefits, papaya's antioxidant compounds also protect skin from premature aging, supporting collagen production and cellular repair. For many couples, improved skin elasticity, digestion, and overall mood mean renewed confidence and comfort in their own skin, which directly translates to emotional closeness and physical intimacy. Including papaya in your diet 3 to 4 times a week creates a steady rhythm of hormonal support and healing, allowing your body to feel less like it's breaking down and more like it's beginning again. Next are red grapes, the circulation superchargers hiding in plain sight. These small fruits, especially the deep red and purple varieties, are rich in resveratrol, a polyphenol that supports cardiovascular health and enhances blood flow. Resveratrol helps reduce LDL cholesterol, the bad kind, prevent blood clots, and keep blood vessels flexible. That's vital for older adults, as stiff arteries are one of the leading causes of sexual dysfunction and cardiovascular events. Red grapes also contain boron, a trace mineral that helps regulate testosterone and estrogen, the very hormones that begin to fluctuate in midlife and beyond. Moreover, the natural sugars in grapes provide clean energy without the crash of refined sugar. Daniel, 66, had been advised by his doctor to watch his blood pressure. His wife started packing red grapes into his lunchbox every day. By their next appointment, Daniel's numbers were down, and he confessed something surprising. He felt more emotionally connected to his wife. "It wasn't just the numbers," he said. "It was that I felt alive again." Joyce, who struggled with memory fog and irritability, began snacking on red grapes while journaling. Over time, she reported better mental clarity and even began initiating affection again. And Mike and Linda, married 40 years, shared how they froze grapes and enjoyed them as an evening treat, rekindling their bedtime connection simply by slowing down and enjoying something sweet together. Red grapes are often referred to as nature's vascular tonic, and for good reason. Beyond their vibrant taste and texture, they are a concentrated source of polyphenols, especially resveratrol, which has been shown in numerous clinical studies to improve the elasticity of arteries and enhance overall cardiovascular function. This is particularly crucial for individuals over 55, as the body's ability to maintain flexible blood vessels begins to decline with age. Red grapes help counteract this by relaxing the endothelium, the lining of blood vessels, allowing for improved blood flow not just to the heart, but to every part of the body, including intimate areas. This supports natural arousal responses, stamina, and physical readiness during moments of closeness. Lastly, let's talk about cranberries. The small but mighty fruit especially vital for women's health after 55. While most know cranberries for their role in preventing urinary tract infections, the depth of their benefits goes even further. Cranberries contain a compound called proanthocyanidins, which actively prevent bacteria from adhering to the bladder and urinary tract walls. This reduces the risk of painful infections that often disrupt intimacy and cause long-term health issues. But cranberries also help reduce inflammation in the reproductive system, lower blood sugar spikes, support gum and oral health, and act as a natural diuretic, reducing bloating and water retention. Barbara had avoided physical intimacy for years out of fear of UTIs, but after consistently adding pure cranberry juice and dried cranberries to her diet, she went months without a single episode. For the first time in years, she felt safe in her body. Emily and her husband began drinking cranberry tea in the evenings, not just for health, but as a shared ritual. It brought them closer emotionally and reduced Emily's chronic discomfort. Teresa baked cranberry muffins twice a week and saw improvements in her digestion, energy, and mood. Her husband said, "She didn't just get healthier, she came back to me." Cranberries, though small and often overlooked outside the holiday season, are one of the most protective fruits available for aging adults, especially women. Their potent proanthocyanidins act almost like a microscopic defense system, preventing bacteria from adhering to the urinary tract lining and reducing the recurrence of painful UTIs. For women in their late 50s and beyond, hormonal changes can lead to thinner vaginal tissues and a higher susceptibility to infections. This not only affects physical comfort, but often leads to emotional withdrawal from intimacy out of fear or shame. Regular intake of cranberries, whether as juice, dried fruit, or supplements, helps create a more resilient and balanced internal environment. But cranberries also shine in their ability to lower systemic inflammation and improve oral health, which is directly tied to cardiovascular performance. Studies have linked gum disease to higher risks of heart attacks, especially in older adults, and cranberries help protect against both. In terms of nutrient density, they're rich in vitamin C, vitamin E, and fiber, helping improve immunity, slow aging, and regulate blood sugar, all essential for maintaining vibrant energy and emotional well-being. Couples who include cranberries often report not just improved health, but a sense of relief, freedom from discomfort, confidence in their bodies, and a deeper willingness to engage in the kind of affection that builds trust, safety, and love. When these fruits are missing from the diet, the long-term effects can silently chip away at the foundations of your health and intimacy. One of the first things that begins to suffer is circulation. Without regular intake of anthocyanin-rich fruits like cherries or resveratrol-packed red grapes, the blood vessels become less elastic, and blood flow to critical organs, including the heart, brain, and reproductive system, slows down. This can lead to feelings of coldness in the extremities, shortness of breath, reduced stamina, and over time, difficulties in sexual function. For men, this often shows up as erectile dysfunction, for women as decreased arousal and discomfort during intimacy. But beyond the bedroom, the body itself begins to tire more easily. Inflammation builds up, blood pressure rises, and the body becomes more vulnerable to chronic illnesses like heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and neurodegenerative disorders. Without the antioxidants, anti-inflammatory compounds, and natural circulation enhancers found in these fruits, your body gradually loses its natural rhythm. Sleep becomes restless, emotional stability becomes harder to maintain, and the stress hormone cortisol rises, which in turn suppresses libido and weakens immune defenses. It becomes a cycle. Poor circulation leads to fatigue. Fatigue leads to emotional withdrawal, and emotional distance leads to loneliness, even inside a loving relationship. Another less obvious but equally dangerous effect of not consuming these fruits is the silent toll it takes on hormonal balance and the digestive system. After 55, both men and women experience shifts in hormone production. Testosterone levels decline in men, and estrogen production decreases in women, leading to changes in metabolism, mood, sexual function, and even brain chemistry. Without the support of fruits like papaya, which contains folate and vitamin C that support hormonal activity and enzyme function, or cranberries, which help prevent bacterial imbalances in the urinary and vaginal tracts, the body can become overwhelmed by instability. Poor digestion means fewer nutrients are absorbed, contributing to nutritional deficiencies that manifest as brittle hair, dull skin, joint stiffness, and increased sensitivity to stress. Over time, this nutritional depletion begins to affect cognitive clarity, leading to forgetfulness, confusion, or mood swings that many attribute to just aging, but are actually signs of dietary neglect. When the body is consistently deprived of fruits that are biologically designed to support regeneration and intimacy, emotional closeness can fade. Not from lack of love, but from physical and psychological distance born of discomfort, fatigue, and poor self-image. The tragic part? All of this is preventable. With simple, regular choices at the table, much of the suffering that couples silently endure can be softened, if not reversed. These stories are not miracles. They are the natural outcomes of giving your body what it truly needs. You don't need to overhaul your entire diet. Just weave these fruits into your daily routine. Eat cherries with your breakfast or as an evening snack. Blend papaya into your smoothies or eat it plain with a touch of lime. Keep a bowl of red grapes ready in the fridge and consider freezing them for a refreshing treat. Sip unsweetened cranberry juice before bed or sprinkle dried cranberries into your salads or oatmeal. When you do this, you're not just feeding your body, you're nourishing your relationship, your confidence, and your capacity to feel connected. These fruits improve blood flow, regulate hormones, support digestion, reduce inflammation, protect your heart, sharpen your mind, and gently restore the parts of yourself you thought were lost. They are simple, affordable, and available in every season of life. So, tell us in the comments, where are you watching from, and which fruit will you try first? Don't keep this to yourself. Share this video with someone who's been feeling disconnected from their body or their partner. Subscribe to Prolong Your Life and let us continue walking this path with you. Because aging doesn't mean fading. It means unfolding, deepening, and returning to the fullness of life, love, and intimacy, one fruit at a time.